everybody, and welcome to episode 6 of the Caledonian Creep Show. Holy shit, wow.
Yay. Your Scottish horror podcast.
Your Scottish horror podcast brought to you.
Right from you. From the
right
east
from
of
you.
Yeah. No, it's coming right to you.
Right from you.
Right from the east of Scotland, right into your wee phones.
The east of Scotland? Are we in the east?
Yes.
I thought we were west.
We used to live in the west and then we moved to the east.
That was a fucking amazing SpongeBob reference.
Oh,
You just missed
I
me.
haven't seen SpongeBob. Why would you make a SpongeBob reference?
One of these days.
Anyway.
One of these days. Anyways, today we're reading another story by No Shallow, aka Lord Voiden on Reddit. This is the guy that wrote The Thing in the Maple Grove, which we really loved. I felt like I had a huge stick up my ass for that episode.
They were like whompers.
I was a little grumpy.
Whompers.
I didn't like how I came across. So we're doing a redo of this author because we loved his work and we want to revisit it. We talked about doing this one anyways, but
yeah, I really love The Thing in the Maple Grove, and the title of this story we're doing today is "We Don't Look at the Moon Here," which immediately makes me think of Local 58.
yeah,
Just immediately.
You know what it makes me think of is I saw the TV glow.
Yes, I do see that, but we'll see.
Very vague connection.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's it. I
Nothing
get
specific.
what you're saying
Just,
about them.
that it's vaguely
Same vibe,
horror
yeah,
and also moony.
No, it definitely gives me Local 58 vibes. That was like the first thing I thought, and probably why I chose this.
Hell
all
yes,
things considered.
brother.
And I like the writing style of last time, so you know I'm excited.
Hey, I got a question for you.
What?
If Local 58 was so good, where's Local 59?
Wow, I'm sure you're the first person to have ever made that joke about that IRG.
But have you ever sat down and thought about that? Where is Local 59? Where is Local 15? Okay, here's the show. We don't look at the moon here. The first thing you notice about my uncle's place isn't the silence, it's the light. Or the lack of it. He lives, out past where the county paves the roads, in a hollow so deep the sun seems to give up an hour early. The house is a slumped thing of weathered gray wood, crouching under a canopy of ancient oaks that have grown twisted, reaching away from the clearing as if trying to escape. Very similar imagery already.
I was just thinking that, yeah. It's,
I believe it was something about the trees growing inward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again with the nature theme as well, and
also just a cabin in the woods with an old man,
being
a grumpy
in
old
the middle
man.
of nowhere. Yeah, absolutely.
Love it. I haven't seen him in over a decade, not since I was a kid. The call from his neighbor, Marnie. Marnie is my fucking grandpa's name.
Oh, I think Marnie's a beautiful name for a girl. Have you ever seen the Ghibli movie when Marnie was there?
My grandpa would be so insulted.
Have you never seen the Ghibli movie when Marnie was there?
No.
It's really badly written, but it's one of my favorites.
Have you seen the anime Marley and Me? Anyways.
Do you know when you just say something so shocking that you just completely stop someone's train of thought?
The call from his neighbor, Marnie, came as a shock.
Ethan...
Oh, sorry.
Woman.
You can go for it.
Ethan's took poorly. What kind of voice should you have?
No, that's the one.
Okay.
She'd said, her voice crackling down the line like a dry leaf underfoot.
He's asking for Ken. Says the things in the walls are talking to him again.
She made it sound like a recurring flu, not like dementia or psychosis. I was the only kin left who could come.
Nice.
Morty, I'm the only kin left that can come.
Wrong emphasis in that sentence.
Morty, you gotta come, Morty. The drive was a form of sensory deprivation. The lush green of the state park gradually bled into a monotone corridor of pine and scrub. The sky was shrinking to a narrow ribbon of washed-out blue above the dirt road. When I finally pulled up to the property, the absence of sound was a physical pressure. No birds, no insects. just the low, mournful groan of the wind working its way through the pines. Marnie was waiting on the porch, a woman carved from gristle and worry. She didn't smile. Her eyes, the color of old river stones, scanned me up and down before flicking nervously towards the tree line.
He's inside,
She said, her voice low.
Ain't been himself. You'll see.
She handed me a key, cold and heavy in my palm.
There's rules here, boy. Best you learn them quick.
Rules?
I asked, shouldering my duffel bag. She pointed a knobby finger at me. The main one. The important one. Come nightfall, you keep them curtains drawn. Tight. No matter what you hear, no matter what you see in the cracks. And you don't... You look at me now. You don't look at the moon. Not here. I almost laughed.
That's how I imagine he suppressed that laugh.
Wow.
It's exactly like
Wow. Is that what he was? Just a kettle?
Yeah. Like a kettle.
I almost laughed. It was so absurd, so backwoods superstitions.
Okay.
I said, humouring her.
No looking at the moon. Got it.
Her face tightened. You think I'm telling tales? That's fine. Your uncle thought so too. It's burst time. Learn different. She turned to go, pausing at the edge of the porch. We all learn different. The inside of the house smelled of dust, menthol balm, and something else underneath. A sweet coppery tang, like old meat left out in the damp. Once again, relating back to the thing in the Maple Grove.
A lot of this is very Maple Grove-y.
It's very interesting.
Which, that's fine. It's like, it's the same author.
Yep.
But I find it interesting. It's almost like they're iterative upon each other.
I was thinking they're almost like mirrors of each other. So this one is about someone discovering their uncle's house, where previously it was about someone alone living out in the boonies who is presumably older.
Yeah, I like that.
Uncle Ethan was a shriveled form in a large bed in the front room, his breathing a wet, ragged sound. His eyes were open, but they didn't track me. They were fixed on the ceiling, wide with a terror so absolute it seemed to have hollowed him out. I tried to talk to him, to tell him who I was. His head lolled towards me, and a thread of saliva dripped onto his pillow. His lips chapped and cracked, moved silently for a moment before he managed a whisper.
It's almost time.
He rasped.
It's so hungry. Can you hear it? Scratching.
I heard nothing. Just the groan of the old house settling and the whisper of the wind outside. I settled into a worn armchair, the reality of the situation crashing down on me. This wasn't a weekend visit. This was a vigil. The first night was the longest of my life. As true darkness fell, a profound stillness descended on the hollow. The wind died completely. The silence wasn't empty anymore. It was thick, expectant. I pulled the thick velvet curtains closed, just as Marnie had said, plunging the room into a stuffy blackness broken only by the soft glow of a battery-powered lamp. Then the sounds began. Not from the walls, from outside. Started as a soft, rhythmic scraping, like a heavy branch being dragged across the roof. Scrape. Pause. Scrape. I froze. My heart hammered against my ribs. Uncle Ethan whimpered in his sleep. The scraping stopped. The silence that followed was worse. It was the silence of something listening. Then came the whispers. They weren't coming from one place. They seemed to emanate from the very air, a chorus of faint, sibilant voices just on the edge of hearing. I couldn't make out words, only a sense of immense, patient longing. A cold dread, primal and absolute, seeped into my bones. I understood then, in a way that bypassed all logic, that Marnie wasn't guarding me from superstition. She was giving me the only survival instructions that mattered. I didn't sleep. I sat rigid in that chair, my knuckles white on the armrests, praying for dawn. The days were a bleary-eyed blur of caring for my uncle, trying to get broth into him, cleaning him up. The fear of the night bled into the daylight, casting long shadows over everything. I started noticing things. The way the local folks in the nearby shoddy town, a handful of houses clinging to the main road, would never look up at the sky. They walked with their heads slightly bowed, their movements hurried if they were out near dawn. Their eyes, like Marnie's, held that same flat, weary fear.
On the third night, the curiosity began to gnaw at me. What was out there? What could possibly be so bad? The human mind is a self-destructive thing. It needs to know. The whispered rule, "We don't look at the moon here," became a constant itch in my brain. The sounds were worse at night. The scraping was more insistent, now accompanied by low, vibrational hums that made my teeth ache. The whispers were clearer, though no more intelligible. They were full of want, an infinite, yawning hunger. And then, a sliver of silver light. I'd drawn the curtains tight, but one had caught on a splinter in the windowsill, leaving a gap no wider than a pencil. A beam of moonlight, cold and pure, cut through the stifling dark room and fell directly on my uncle's face. His eyes, which had been closed, snapped open. They were no longer clouded with age or sickness. They were wide, terrified, and utterly aware. He stared at the sliver of light, and a choke sound escaped his throat. His head turned slowly, mechanically, towards me. His mouth opened. But it wasn't his voice that came out. It was a composite, a horrific symphony of all the whispers from outside, funneled through his dying vocal cords. It was the sound of dry leaves skittering on stone, of meat being torn from bone, of deep subterranean water flowing through dark places. "Look!" it commanded. Every cell in my body seemed to obey. It wasn't a request. It was a gravitational pull. My head began to turn towards the window. I fought it, my muscles trembling from the strain. I squeezed my eyes shut. Look at us! I could feel it, just beyond the glass. A presence of such immense, ancient mass, it defied shape. It was in the light. It was the light. The moon wasn't a thing in the sky, it was an eye. And it was looking in. It was hungry. It's pretty fucking good.
What a fantastic piece of work so far. Just this wordplay. Mm-hmm. It's just coming out in spades. I don't know. It feels very, I feel very drawn to it almost. I can't look away.
Like the moon, you can't look. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
With a sob of sheer effort, I wrenched my body from the chair and stumbled across the room. I fumbled for the curtain, my fingers numb and clumsy. The voice from my uncle's bed rose to a screeching, multi-layered keen of frustration. My hand closed on the fabric. I yanked it shut, plunging the room back into absolute darkness. The sound stopped. The silence returned. I slid down the wall, gasping, my entire body shaking. I didn't move until the first gray light of dawn filtered through the curtains. Uncle Ethan was dead. His head was turned toward the window, his eyes wide open, frozen in an expression of terminal awe. But that wasn't the worst of it. His mouth was still open, and inside, it wasn't a tongue. It was a cluster of thin, pale, root-like filaments, dry and withered, clutching at nothing. I ran. I left him there. I didn't pack my things, I just ran to my car and sped down the dirt road as if all the devils in hell were at my bumper. I ended up at the rusty general store on the main road, babbling to the old man behind the counter. I told him everything. The sounds, the voice, my uncle. He listened, his face a grim mask. He didn't seem surprised. When I finished, he just nodded slowly. Ethan's always been a curious one. Paid the price for it. He wiped the counter with a rag. That thing out there, it ain't the moon. The moon's just a rock in the sky. This is something else. Something that got stuck there long time ago. It hangs there in that same spot, behind the light, and it's lonely. So lonely, it just wants to be seen. It wants to be known. And when you look at it, you let it in. It plants a piece of itself in you. It grows in the dark behind your eyes. He looked at me, and for the first time, his eyes met mine. They were full of a pity that chilled me to my soul. You didn't look, boy. You fought it. That's good. He paused, his next words landing like a shovel of dirt on a coffin. But it saw you fight. It knows you resisted. It don't get that often. It likes that. I got out of that town. I drove until the gas light came on, and then I kept driving. I'm in a motel room now, 100 miles away. The curtains are drawn. It's a clear night. I can feel it though. A faint, persistent pull at the base of my skull. A whisper in the hum of the motel's air conditioner. It's a clear night. The moon is full. And I have this unbearable, terrifying urge to go outside and look up.
Incredible.
That was so fucking good!
So again, like, I am not the biggest fan of cosmic horror in the world. I'll be completely the first person to say that.
Sure. You might say it's Lovecraftian.
Yes, that's what cosmic horror is. It is very Lovecraftian, honestly. But I loved that most of the horror came from the draw. The unearthly pulling towards it rather than the creature itself. The creature itself is almost never revealed. In fact, it's just a big ball in the sky. But what we see is the impact that people don't dare look up, that they only look down. They all have this same fearful expression in their face. That's fascinating.
Yeah.
I've never seen horror written this way. It's almost, I don't know, it builds more suspense than if it was higher action. And I love at the end that the guy's just like, I'm out of here. And no, I'm
Dips,
going.
yeah.
Just, I thought it was great. Like a very logical thing to do. Just feeling that fear response and just getting out of there, you know?
That was fantastic. And I really love, I felt like that one was much more succinct.
Yes.
Overall than the thing in the Maple
Absolutely.
Grove. I feel like it had much more of a very like precise direction, and I like that about it. Very cut and dry. And it was just the right length, I feel like.
Yes, I feel like this was a little shorter than the Maple Grove,
Definitely.
and it definitely benefited from it.
Well, where Maple Grove, I felt like the characters could have expanded more. I felt like these ones fit the story perfectly.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
You got the concept across, and that was all it needed.
Yes.
That was so good.
I honestly,
well
no
done.
notes. Personally, none.
Yeah, no.
And there's nothing I would change about that story. That is an absolute 10. Maybe an
Very,
11.
very Local 58 vibes.
Yes.
Overall.
What surprised me was, so obviously I went into this thinking, Local 58, and Local 58 is one of my favorite pieces of horror ever created. It was probably one of the first that ever got me into it.
Yeah.
And this blew me away even more than that.
Hell yeah. Oh my god. High praise.
Like, genuinely, I feel like this got that concept from Local 58 and it executed it perfectly.
Hell yeah.
From a first person point of view.
Hell yeah.
Nothing but praise. Nothing but the utmost praise for
I
this
love
author.
the imagery. I love the
Yes.
the Achilles heel per se being just the curtains being snagged for a second. And the you can see it, right? The sliver on his face,
Sure.
the way he responded, everything. I feel like you could see it all happening very, very clearly.
Absolutely.
The whole idea of the moon just being an eye in the sky too is just like, I don't know.
It's incredible.
such a cool concept, like such an unfathomable concept. It's perfect for stories like this where your imagination does the lifting, you know?
Yeah.
So good.
Absolutely. I feel like it does a really good job of, like, you feel that fear. You
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
The
yeah.
descriptions are really, it's panicking.
Yeah.
And the fact that the main protagonist in this didn't actually make any mistakes.
Yeah.
He didn't make a mistake. He
Not really, yeah.
kept his windows closed. He took it seriously. But it was just snagged for a second. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
And that's why I love.
So good. I mean, comes back to like the question of like, why don't people just move away, right? But I don't know. That's not always feasible, especially in a small town.
What this was trying to say is it has some sort of, like, the people are drawn to it as well. Some sort of, like, I think they're like moths.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
Like, they're drawn to the big light. Like, why would the uncle stay there, for instance, when he was a very curious one, you know?
Maybe, and just some are more drawn than others.
Yes, that's what I was
Right,
thinking. Yeah.
right. He does say he's very curious. Yeah.
See?
I don't know if
Big
this is
brain.
like one step too deep, but what if he positioned himself there, knowing what could happen, even?
I think that's unlikely because he did make the call.
Yeah.
He didn't make the call to bring his nephew back or whatever.
Yeah, that's
It
true.
was some random, and it was just like he is the only next of kin that the
That's
uncle
true.
has.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm correct.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have
Yeah, I
good.
guess you're right.
I have the reading capabilities of a toddler.
Yeah, I guess you do. Anything else?
I really don't have anything else to say. Like, usually this is the part where I'd like have a criticism for
Yeah,
it, and
no,
I
same.
just don't, unfortunately.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I
Really
just
enjoyed that.
really good, perfect length. Thought it was better than the thing in the Maple Grove, and I like that story a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely blew it out of the water with that one.
That was really freaking good. That was flipping amazing. If I had Reddit Gold, I'd give it to you. Everybody, go give him Reddit Gold. Go give No Shallow / Mr.
Lord
Nightmare.
Voiden. His name is not Mr. Nightmare, it's Lord Voiden.
Go give Lord Voiden Reddit Gold. Tell him Happy Cake Day.
I miss Cake Day.
I know, it's tragic.
I don't like commenting on Reddit. I'm not a Redditor. I just like
It's
the
your
lark.
loss. It's your loss. You didn't get wished Happy Cake Day.
Oh, the horror.
Sucks.
Really missed out
That's
on
the
opportunity
true
of the
cosmic
century.
horror. That's really Lovecraftian right there.
Wow.
Anyways, love you so much, guys. As he hates you all and hopes you all die.
Yep.
Fuck you. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye.
He doesn't give a fuck.
He's such a
so
cinnamon
sleepy.
roll. Oh my god. Wow, he's just refusing. All right. Nova hates you too. Goodbye.